All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. Today I'm going to talk to you about organic. Now, I understand that many of you do not realize changes from one geographical location to the next and stuff. And sometimes, especially when you have a lot of people, like we have with a big meeting and stuff, sometimes some of you will experience discomfort in the stomach or stuff like that because you're so used to eating what you call organic or clean out there. And no doubt you're one step ahead other people out there who just put anything in their body whatsoever at all. But I want to explain to you something, and I want to explain to you the difference. When you grow your own food and you raise your own chicken and beef and stuff like that, there's a vast difference as opposed to that from the stuff that you buy in the store. And oftentimes when people come here to visit, even when there's not a lot of people, they find themselves, it seems like they're having diarrhea and cramps and stuff, but it's not really diarrhea cramps. What it is that your body is getting as close to the purest form of food that you can get, and it's not used to receiving that. And so it starts to purge itself, starts to react because that food begins to cleanse. That's the reason why, that you truly need to. I know it's a very uncomfortable subject, but you need to get in the habit of doing whatever you can to have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements every day. As a matter of fact, you should, within 30 minutes after eating, have a bowel movement. And that's how you know you have a healthy digestive system and a healthy colon. And I understand when you have a mind that says, well, Pastor, I do everything I can. I eat organic, I buy organic, I do this. And I understand. But listen to me. That organic, which is certified by the USDA, is a total different organic when you grow your own food, drink your own goat milk, raise your own chicken, raise your own beef, your own vegetable gardens. It's totally different. And most people are not used to that type of food because it's a little shock to the system, because everything you have out there, it either has pasteurization or something like. Let me explain to them. We have whenever we can, and our goats in season, and we're gonna have to home in that even more so we can have goat milk year round. We can do it. It just takes more attention to detail. But when our goats are in season and they're drinking goat milk would only last about 2 or 3 days. That's even with the proper refrigeration. There's no pasteurization whatsoever at all. Now watch this. Go to the store and pick up some goat milk and see how long that it has a shelf life for. I'll give you an example. Whenever our goats are out of season, we drink here, it says Stonyfield organic reduced fat milk. Look at this right here. It says, look, USDA organic. Now, you have to understand this is regulated. This is regulated by the government. And a lot of times, in order for the people to get this type of seal, they have to jump through all kind of hoops and meet all types of conditions that the government puts upon them before they will actually certified organic. Now, the truth is, this product lost its organic certification as soon as they put it through the pasteurization process. And not only this is pasteurized, but it is ultra pasteurized. That means it goes to a very extreme pasteurization form. Now watch this. Now remember, I told you that goat milk has maybe a shelf life to 3 days. What we found around here at Strictly 3 days. You may with proper refrigeration and maybe at the right temperature, you may get 5. You may get 5 days top max out of 1 quart of goat milk. But look at this right here. This is, and I bought this probably about 4 or 5 days ago. Today is April the 14th or the 15th. Which day is it? Today is April the 15th. All right. Listen to me very closely. This April 15th. Now, this particular half-gallon of organic milk right here has it. Look what it says. I'm going to see if I can get it up, if it will focus. Look, it says, where is it? Over here. Look, June 2, 2014. There is no way on Yah's green earth, even though that we know that the deed and certification and title of this land has been given over to the House of Town right now, but there's no way on Yah's green earth that this particular milk coming from a cow can actually have that kind of shelf life. Do you understand? Do you understand? So a lot of times when you see stuff that says organic and stuff, it's not too many steps away from the regular stuff that you buy in the store, because it's still, and many times, going through the same process. It's just that everything's about money in this country, and they're going to regulate just in order for somebody to get this step right here. See it? And they're going to charge you more money for less. And they have really stripped out the organic process. So that's why I tell you, if you're going to get the purest form of anything, you've got to grow it yourself. We just had a Passover meeting here. We had the most blessed, wonderful meeting we have ever had on this land in our life. And it's amazing, because I said last week, people were saying, wow, Pastor, you got a nice beard. It's pretty big. I said, I'm not going to cut the thing off yet, because you never know if it's going to be snowing or raining, snowing or cold, excuse me, snowing or freezing next week. And I look out this morning, lo and behold, it's snowing outside and it's cold. I tell you what, it's utterly amazing. So, when you're looking at, you're buying stuff one step ahead of the stuff that has no labels on it whatsoever at all. But know this, just like I did a video, I think it was with Whole Foods and stuff, how they're charging you an exorbitant amount of prices for food. And that's so-called quote-unquote certified organic, and there's nothing certified by it all. It's still full of chemicals, pesticides, herbicides. You have to understand, and I understand that many people will literally get offended. And that's why, I don't have a bottle in here in this office right now. I should have bought it in here before I did the video. That's why I tell you, you need a bottle of Bragg's Organic Apple Cider Vinegar. Bragg's Organic Apple Cider Vinegar, because it has a way of neutralizing a lot of things. One capful, 30 minutes before you eat, especially sometimes, I have to eat out, and I hate that. And I usually keep a small bottle of Bragg's Organic Apple Cider Vinegar in my glove compartment or somewhere in the vehicle. And I may stop and buy a bottle of water or something like that, and I'll stick a capful in it 30 minutes prior to eating. So that way I can protect myself against the possibility of food poisoning, or against the possibility of my system having a negative reaction, simply because the way we eat here straightway is totally different than what's out there in their world. There's some restaurants that know how to make some stuff that tastes good. I mean, really, really good, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually good for you. So it works both ways. And we do everything we can here if we buy honey locally, understand me, because it's medicinal to the body. We try to do everything we can to take care of ourselves. There's not too many people that can say this, and you listen to me real closely. There's not too many churches, that's what you're used to saying, assemblies, home churches all across this land that can actually say this. And I believe that we have a pretty good track record. On this land here at Straightway, we have people ranging from 86 years old all the way down to, I guess a year old. And not one of us are on any prescription drugs whatsoever at all. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm 47 years old, for those of you who want to know. And there ain't too many 47-year-old men that is in the shape that I'm in. Matter of fact, there ain't too many 37 or 27-year-old men that is in the shape that I'm in. And that's because, we work at doing things to take care of ourselves. And one man said, you and Sister Carol look like y'all have hit the fountain of youth. And it's just because we do things differently. We live a set-apart life, and we try our best to be examples to you. But at the same time, it is very important for us to inform you of things that you may not understand what's going on out there in the world. And so you understand. Now understand this. Yes, we do. I do drink this right here. But the only reason why I drink this is because if our goats are not producing and they're out of season, this is when I would buy this. And I would suggest that it's probably the best for you to buy, but it's nowhere near better than the milk that will come from the cow on your own land, or the goats who producing milk on your own land. And the truest organic that there is when you have your own greenhouse or your own garden, and you know what you're putting into that garden. You know what's put in. It's not regulated by the USDA. It's not regulated by the FDA. It's not regulated by anybody, and you can trust what's in it. And when you've been tanked up on all this stuff out there, remember, I used to live out there in the world, so I understand. And we're big on nutrition because the majority of people in this country are dying because of death by the spoon. So you're going to experience a reaction and stuff. But if you want to minimize those reactions and stuff, especially when you come to meetings here, and there's a geographical location change, South, Midwest, and all the way to the West, make sure that you bring a bottle of apple cider vinegar, or you utilize what we have here in the dining hall. And so that way you can, quell some of the side effects of actually eating raw natural food that was grown here on the land in Straightway, because none of us here, because we're used to eating like this, we eat this food all the time, have any sickness whatsoever at all. And please don't get offended because I actually bust your bubble and stuff and try to educate you a little bit about organic. Just because it says organic and it's got this staple right here, this little stamp, that means they can charge you more money for stuff that government has regulated. And chances are, if government regulated, then they put what they call protections in it through chemicals, different pasteurization processes and stuff. And in order to get this label and stuff, so everybody, the coffers, everybody end up making a lot of money. Hope I said something to stimulate your thought. I want each and every last one of you to have a wonderful week. All right, hallelujah, King coming.